Hello and welcome to Cultured Foolishness Power Raising Kanan recap for the series finale. We are here, folks. I am Creed of Exodus Studios, architectsofmars.com, and my co-host is
Coach Tamara Simone, your favorite life coach's favorite life coach. If you don't know, now you know. Baby.
And there it is. So, as you can see,
We are live and in person for this one.
right, we just happened to coordinate our annual Chicago trip and happened to be on the weekend at the series finale of Raising Kanan. So, it worked out.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. But this was a pretty powerful episode.
Very powerful way to end a series for sure.
I mean, I know I shed a couple thug tears for sure. I mean, this is heavy duty. So how did we start off this episode?
Well, since one of the realest niggas in the entire Power universe has been put down by a fuck nigga. By one of the biggest fuck niggas in the Power universe. Then the episode started off a little somber.
Rock just kind of
staring off like,
what's going on. Right, it's like I lost both of my brothers in the span of
some
months, weeks probably. Really, the way it really seemed.
Yeah. And Juke and then it goes to Juke, and she has the letter that Marvin wrote for her, and she is crying her eyes out. And you really feel for Juke. Like, if you have watched Power over the years, Raising Kanan, shall I say, over the years, and you see that every time she has tried to do something for herself or just get herself in a better position, then it has just not worked out, and literally all she had left was her father.
So yeah, we seeing the origin of the person that we saw in OG Power, because she cold bitch, and it's definitely warranted, all the things in her life that has happened. So we see how that comes to fruition. She just, we're seeing how she became the killer, that savage, yes. So, what was the next thing after all of the...
Jarita.
Oh, yeah.
Tells Kanan that she is
Little Sean is coming.
Yeah. And so here's what we know, because she told him. He's like, how I know it's mine. Not a wrong question, considering
her profession.
Yes, and even he says that, and so she defends it like, well, I use condoms with my dates. I was like, all right, condoms great, but go crazy. But what we do know is that, because she kind of gives him the option, like, hey, I'm keeping it, and if you want to be there, cool, and if you don't, whatever. We know that he's there because the baby's named after his best damn friend. So we at least know, like, okay, he does, outside of everything else, he, at some point, he steps in and is like, okay, like, I wouldn't
even be surprised if they together at some point after that, to be honest, because in the small little clips I've seen, the filming of Origins, like, they have a lot of scenes together. So we'll see. It might be baby mama drama, or maybe they I'm sure it's gonna be a lot of that, but maybe they try to go back for, who knows. So let's jump around a little bit. So it's basically Kanan has been having second thoughts about Rock getting knocked off.
But let's go back to why, because why is kind of really like fundamental to
and it's been a build up throughout the episodes, because he basically finding out all the stuff that he believed her to do.
Right, she didn't feel famous and all of that. And so not only that, but like, this deal that she's trying to coordinate with the feds, knowing all that she knows, she's still like, I want him to be good too. Which the title of this episode is Unconditional Love. That is literally love without limits.
Yeah.
Like, no matter what you do, I still love you. And he's seeing that, when the detective comes and presents him with the deal and everything like that, and he's like, hell no. But he's also like, damn, after all of that, like,
she's still trying to protect me. And that was kind of like, damn, I can't just let these people knock her off,
exactly.
Go away.
Right, but I
don't want you to die.
Yes, absolutely.
And so let's see, what the conversation with
Pino Bernardi?
No, before that with Juke and Flossie.
Yes.
That's when she realizes that Kanan, she is basically told that Kanan is a person, and knowing Kanan, she like, yeah, that shit happened.
Him. Yeah. Yeah.
And gotta give shouts out to the actress that plays Juke. Like, geez, she really put on a masterclass, and I've seen her in different things, so I really know that she's acting. Like, she is a different person in every single thing I've seen her in, like, to the highest degree. So shout out. I thought her last name was like Kilgore. I don't know her first name off the top, but
shouts out to you, boo.
And you're fine, so keep it up. So back to the convo with
Pino Bernardi. So that conversation is important because that Pino Bernardi is the one who told Rock that Kanan is the one who put down Marvin. She didn't know, and it was evident in her reaction to him saying that. And so, even with all of this going on, Rock is still like, even I'm down, but I can still work. It's all about this work. And it's like, girl,
the most confident person I've ever seen. In spite of all of these things happening, she's still like, fuck that, we gonna get this money. Like, girl.
Right. Like, do you not remember the last conversation you and Marvin had? Whatever. Maybe maybe at this point, her saying it is more so of a distraction, because just take my mind off of the fact that I just lost both of my brothers, and my son hates me, and I'm considering snitching, and
right. And it's like, so, and she, I think that's why ultimately, after she finds out that Kanan doesn't take the deal, she's like, man, fuck this. I'm about to stay 10 toes down.
She's like, he ain't take the deal because I didn't raise him to take the deal. So why the hell am I taking the deal? I ain't taking no damn deal.
Fuck that shit. Tell him to kiss my ass. I'm about to walk out here with this coat. Fly. Fuck you.
Yeah. So essentially, I want to go back to, once Kanan kind of has this revelation, then he's like, okay, can we just make her go away instead of knocking her off? And he's talking to Breeze, and Breeze is like, I get it, but this is from up top. So Kanan is like, okay, well, let me go to the top. So Kanan meets up with Stefano, and is like, is there any way that we can kind of spare her while also like go away? And even though Stefano is like, Rock must die at all costs, he's also like, what is this kid's mother? And
the part that I liked within that, it kind of like brought him back to being a person again, in the sense of like, he even acknowledged, like, damn, if I could have 5 minutes with my mom, I would give all this, like, he came back to being a human for a second, because you literally setting somebody up to kill their mom, that shit is wild work, And he already killed his uncle,
and he knows it,
and he knows that.
Because it seems like everyone knows,
right?
Which I'm curious as to how.
That's true. Although maybe, I don't know.
Like,
maybe because it was already set in motion by these parties that they were going to be involved, so they just assumed, and then obviously he's confirming when they are actually talking to him about it. So maybe it's that.
Maybe.
I just want to go back to the Pino conversation with Rock for a second, because essentially he signed his own death warrant by being jealous of Stefano and you see it through that conversation. He basically describes Tony Danza from the 80s that if you were OG, you know everything he said is actually true. In the sitcom he played on, he literally was a retired baseball player. So yes, he was that dude. Mm-hmm. So that makes it even more like this little Weasley dude's just hating, and that's gonna be his demise.
And so it was also, you know, it was that. And so when he, you know, he's talking to Rock and he's like, well, what is it? And Rock is like, I think he wanted to get at me and I'm cool. So then he looked at it like, oh, I could potentially get someone, a girl that he couldn't. Which, if we really want to tie stuff together, it goes back to the first time that Rock met Breeze. And she was like, when you dealing with other men, it's either pussy or money.
Mm-hmm. And there we go. And that's the thing I do like about, wow, I'm going to be honest, it's some holes and some stuff, because it makes some of the things that happen in the OG Power not make as much sense by some of the things they have done in this. So you kind of have to do mental gymnastics almost to make it seem like it works, because they slipped and had Kanan say things that make some the actual events of this series seem like either it was some type of inside thing or they just basically didn't have anybody doing the continuity correctly for the writing, because you got to go back to the show where it started to make things make sense, especially since it's a prequel. But I don't know, we still got Origins. Maybe that will clean up some of the stuff, so you know, we'll see. But it's just like with Kanan, when he just kind of realizes that, damn, I don't want my mom to go for real, like, he's getting the piece. It was like the little piece that was gonna maybe make him not to be as bad as he ultimately was on the OG Power, basically got destroyed in this episode, you know. And that's, to me, the most powerful part of it. Like, you really see how these characters become who they are as adults by all the things. Because, like, you know, knowing what the type of person he is in the OG show, everything that transpired in this series, it makes sense. Like, of course his whole childhood and teenagers was completely fucked up to become the cold person. But on the flip, he saw himself in Tyreek. That's why he wanted to take him under his wing, because he was like, oh, another fuck nigga like me that's want to kill his parents. Come here, brother.
I can hook you up. I got you. Something that I am just throwing it out there that I would like to see as when we go into Power Origins is like OG Power, even though Kanan is an absolute menace in that, there's also a little bit of a playful side to him. He doesn't have that yet. There's nothing playful about
it. Can't be, because he's doing the most darkest, horrible things, and it's
he did
heavy.
Horrible shit in that.
Yes, but
he still no. But like, so what I'm getting at is that he would do horrible shit, but then there would still be like a joke in there. Like when I saw a scene from OG Power where he was in Dre's crib and he was literally about to throw his daughter out the window, and he was like singing to her like fly, fly, and like and then like he even made a comment like, oh, your daughter didn't get your big ass nose. Like,
cause he got, don't get me wrong, he say little shit even in this that you could see that he has a humor, but I think in this moment, because of all the shit that's been going on, it's hard. Really... So I think we'll probably see that version
that's
of him more so in Origins.
I want to see more of that come out in Origins, because I mean, obviously, as time goes on, then while the wound is still there, it
numbs to a degree.
After a while, yes. I want to I want to go to the scene with Rock and Flossie for a quick second. Because as you know, a little bit of a continuation of last week, Rock is still out here. I guess trying to find a way to make this thing not be fucked up. And so she approaches Flossie yet again. Now let's be clear, Flossie, and I already told you, like, if it wasn't for your brother, you would be dead.
And now he's not here, so you treading on thin ice.
And she feel away because she like, that was my homie. Hell, we've had enough of an impact on each other to where in his last dying declaration, he sent his daughter to me. Mm-hmm. So clearly, we had a rapport that was special.
And beyond this crime bullshit, it's just two people who had similar, grieving situations. Him losing his brother at the time. Like, they just connected on something that was kind of real.
Yes. And, Rock is being Rock. And so when she, kind of makes a snarky comment, and it felt like it was like to bait her, to bait her, like, oh, white bitches like Marvin because they look at him like a punchline and blah, blah, blah. And, Flossie, like, she doesn't take the bait at all. And she's just like, you're fucking tragic. Like,
and she is, that's the sad thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
She was not saying anything that wasn't true. Like,
for sure.
This whole... And you could rename the show "The Tragedy of Kanan" because literally that's what his life has become. But unfortunately, he put a lot of that shit in motion. And going to the scene with him and his mom, which that was some masterful acting on both of their sides.
Yeah. Like, absolutely.
Because I watched the scene 2 times and cried both times, and I was like, I know what's gonna happen, so I should be fine. I'm just, man. And like when they actually hugged after years.
When she hugged him and he actually hugged her back, and it was, and I like when he said that, in spite of everything, you still want your mother to love you. You still want to make her proud, but and so it shined a light on the fact that in spite of everything,
he still loved her,
but also in spite of everything, he still wanted that approval and that love and all in spite of everything he was doing. And that's probably why when he was attempting to knock her off, he really couldn't.
Like, I don't know,
even with him being misinformed, even with everything else, it was a part of him that
held that back. Because like, if Lou hadn't came in that moment, I don't know if he would have still shot Rock. Like,
I wish that bodyguard nigga would have been in the way instead of Lou. That's what theoretically should have happened, but I digress.
But the whole time while they, he moving around to have the meeting with his mom, Juke follows him.
Yes.
Because, she's on a mission now. And now that she know this fool and kill her dad, initially, I'm pretty sure
the initial plan was like, okay, nigga, you gotta go. You didn't kill, my uncle and you have to go. And then when she saw that little heart-to-heart bullshit, she was like, "Oh fuck that shit. No, you're not about to sit up here and have a rapport with your parent after you done took mine. Absolutely not."
Like, I feel like the hug sealed Rock's fate, because like if they had just been standing there and walked away,
she would have known what they was talking about.
Right, but the fact that she like, these niggas are made up. Nope. I don't like that shit right there. I'm dropping dime.
Yes, absolutely. And what's unfortunate is that if it she didn't want to kill Rock.
No, she really didn't. But at the same time,
in fact, I think she got to a point where she understood her better.
Yeah.
Then, like after after finding out about Snaps and Pop and how they kind of set her up.
Right.
And
but it wasn't even about Rock no more. But at some levels, it still was because
you raised this
made
nigga.
this nigga like this. So and she admitted it herself. So. And I've been saying this whole time, like, I know
and
so
you
many...
pointed out, you made this nigga.
Yep.
So you have to pay.
You have to pay. And it's like, you didn't unleash this on the world, and everybody done got collateral down. I mean, even going back to the first season, he accidentally killed her girlfriend with his little dumbass, little weird drugs. Like, just, he been a problem, and unfortunately... Even with Marvin, even with Lou, like, you do so much dirt, it's coming, and that's really the lesson overall. Like, you're not gonna escape this shit. And I've been saying,
you've been saying that.
And it's like everybody like, well, maybe Marvin go to jail, maybe this, and that would have been justice to a degree. But these people, what are they body counts just in the amount of time that the show focuses on? And we gotta go. They was all through the 80s being drug kingpins. They killed a lot of people. A lot of people. All three of them. So none of them really deserve to make it at the end. Nobody in this show deserved to make it. He's not gonna ultimately make it. This is just the beginning of his story.
But also, since we've already put together a rough estimate of their age, he theoretically makes it the longest, and I don't like that.
He does.
So there's that. And again, to quote the amazing Stefano, this nigga got to be the last person to die.
Yeah.
And that ain't justice, especially with us knowing all of this that he done.
But he died in a fucked up
He died exactly how Marvin said he would.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, okay, I get it. But also, considering you ain't die bad enough. If we gonna come clean,
that's true.
You killed your son. Your
uncles. Plural.
Like.
And the only thing that I guess ultimately made him able to walk around is maybe the fact that he didn't kill his own mother and somebody else did it, and that's the only thing that could halfway let him sleep an hour a night at best without Marvin haunting his ass. I'm sure with a sucker too, like, what up nigga, what up fuck nigga,
or some chips, some Fritos or something. And and to piggyback off of that, the scene when Juke is viewing his body and she gives him the sucker.
Yeah, that was
just tough to.
That was hard.
That was tough to see.
Got a little watery on the eye on that.
But I was like, damn it, Juke, that's what you do.
That's what you do.
What you do.
She definitely is his daddy, a daddy's girl, and she's showing it by basically becoming Marvin 2.0. Because she gonna be a beast. She already showing it. And her going to the military and making it no better, because then she learned how to do everything correct.
She learned how to shoot.
Right.
Because she wasn't there long. She went AWOL. But
she learned how to shoot before she left. She made sure to do that.
And I'm sure when she joins the police academy, she also learns how to. And so now it's interesting because, now she didn't put down Snaps and Pop. She put down Rock. And, we didn't tap into when she meets up with Garcia again, and he gives condolences and everything like that, and he's like, look, I told you, I'll leave you alone, whatever, but he like, Snaps and Pop gone, and they coincidentally are taken out after you find out that they the ones who killed Fame, and deny, and he don't have no real proof and everything, so there's that. But I'm just wondering, so now we know she got 3 bodies. How the fuck does she become? So for me, part of why since Marvin is the realest nigga, one of the top 3, he not number 3 in the Power universe, I didn't want him to to die. He did die like a G, but I still didn't want that. I wanted him to go to jail because it would make sense for her to become a cop to try to get this nigga out.
Yes. But now it's like
why?
Why, although the angle that we saw her using makes sense, so she probably just became a cop so she could be dirty and have immunity in a lot of things and move in a way that now you kind of untouchable in a way. Like, yeah, so it's gonna be interesting because even in the OG power, like when Ghost refers to her, it was almost like he was scared.
Oh, he was
to talk
scared
about her. You know?
Oh,
so,
he was like, that bitch got my son?
Yeah.
Oh no,
right,
Father, no.
Right, so he already knows. So, yeah, but let's see. So obviously we talked about the conversation. We know that Rock dies in the end by Juke, but I think the last scene.
No. Before we go there,
okay,
I want to talk about the deal that Rock had to make with Stefano in order for her to be alive. And sidebar, any interaction that Rock has with Breeze has just been hilarious thus far.
Hello, ma'am. Get out my face, nigga.
No, fuck you, nigga.
Yeah.
Right. So essentially, after Kanan talks to Stefano, then he's like, okay, fine. She just needs to do something for me and get the hell on out of New York, and we'll call it even. And so when she meets up with him after her and Kanan have the heart-to-heart, we don't hear him say this, but it's, we ultimately know because it's what she does. But he essentially tells her, like, you need to take out Pino Bernardi. And so she's like, well, what if I don't want to? Then he's like, well, then you don't make it to the car.
And then in the background. I will fuck you up. Don't worry. Hi, ma'am.
So she's like, okay, well, this is what we're doing. And so she, she hits up
Pino dumbass
on some, okay, fine. Look, what room 112, where, what
plays well.
Like, and he's like, okay, cool. She'll put this white robe on. Let me order these shrimp. Take the peel off, cause I'm paying for that shit. And she comes, and then he sees her, and he's like, "Ooh, yeah, I'm about to get the girl. Fuck you, Stefano." And then when she pulls that gat on him, he's like, "Damn it, Stefano."
Should have cut your losses, sir. And you disrespected him a lot. He was definitely gonna get touched. And see, the beauty of the way he set it up is really not gonna get traced back to him, especially the fact that Juke even helped with that because now she even dead. So you can't. And how many enemies this man has? So of course
the
somebody.
FBI case goes away because Brock is dead and all of that stuff. So she's ultimately not a fugitive,
right?
So there's that, and so now to kind of go to the last scene when Kanan and Juke meet up, and she tells him, like, yeah, no, I took her out. And he's devastated, he's hurt, because he's like, I literally just did all of this to make sure she didn't die, and then you go do it. And she's like, nigga, you killed my pops, like, what the fuck? And she's basically like, I have nothing, I'm alone, and I want you to feel what I'm feeling. And I was gonna do you, but y'all over here hugging and shit, and I'm not gonna let that fly. For one, if I killed you, that would hurt her. I technically don't want to hurt her. I want you to feel what I'm feeling, not her.
Right.
So,
and then at insult to injury, she lied on the back end talking about she begged for her life and begged for you to get killed instead of her. And I don't know if he even believes that.
I don't know.
But yeah.
In all honesty, I don't think that he believes that because again, she keeps showing that everything she was doing was to protect him.
So he probably
he's just like, okay, this bitch is evil. And I also want to kind of highlight, when he was like, so like at this point, what makes you think I won't take you out? And when that death was in her eyes and she looked at him and was like, have at it, nigga. Basically, I don't even fucking care.
Yep.
And
that was the end of that friendship. Because even when on the OG Power, they weren't really cool like that at all. They just was, for whatever reason, aligned. But
let's
she
be
still
clear, he had no one else to go to after, after what had happened to him. So he goes to her. And I mean, shit, she got him hooked on lean. Yep. So it's not like
yeah, she wasn't his friend.
Right.
They weren't friends. So from that standpoint, yes, but it's kind of hard. And again, origins will probably explain why they even fuck with each other in any type of capacity.
Yes.
But ultimately, this, super sad. He went to the house, sees his mom dead, and just, you could see that was the last shred of any goodness in him.
Yeah.
Gone.
Yeah.
And then, the epilogue scene of showing her with the new baby Kanan with Marvin.
Yeah, when he was first born. Marvin in the hospital eating as he should.
And it's just like, man, the way that, and you could, and it makes him, the way that she looked at him, she never stopped looking at him like that in spite of everything, because that was her baby, and it's like, yeah, the music choice for that ending scene was like elite. Curtis Mayfield, Little Child Running Wild, like, come on, because it literally described everything. But another, great finale for the Power franchise. I put this almost equal footing with the original Power as far as performances and all that stuff. Yes, there was a little wonkiness with the writing, but nothing that's too bad. I have more notes for book 2 and book 3 than Raising Kanan ultimately.
Well, Raising Kanan is book 3, so you mean book 2 and book 4.
Yeah, my bad. But yeah,
it's the end of an era.
It's the end of an era. But
yet again.
But we have some new stuff. I know it's a show with Tommy and Tariq coming out.
Yeah.
And we got Origins coming out sooner. So it's not the end of Power, folks. It's just
Power
the end
never
of
dies.
this.
That's what the.
But I think this is a good place to wrap this up.
Yeah. Well, I think we've covered.
Oh yeah, we definitely covered all the major points.
Everything.
And you're gonna see our mugs soon again, because I definitely want to come back with the topical version of Cultured Foolishness, and we're gonna be doing more on TikTok with lives and all that stuff.
And let us know if there's any topics y'all want to tap into or y'all want some of our insight on, because it's a lot of fuckery going on.
Oh yeah,
that
so
we have opinions on.
Yeah,
so,
hit in the comments, YouTube, please throw some suggestions for some topics for Cultured Foolishness you want to hear and see. But this has been Cultured Foolishness, Power Raising Kanan recap. I am Creed of Exodus Studios, architectsofmars.com.
And I am Coach Tamara Simone.
And we will be back, but not next week, so chill out. Peace.